Hey guys, I know it's been a bit of a long time, but I hope that everybody is sort of healthy and happy during this crazy time we're all living in. Um, so what I'm actually doing today is I'm attempting to fit everything from my old computer case, which you can see here, into a brand new smaller one, which you can see over here. Just wanted to downsize, get a little bit of a tidier, cleaner case. I just got done upgrading a lot of hardware. So my old build was a i7-3770K, which I was overclocking to 4.5 gigahertz for everyday use, which is actually, it's still a really good TPU. It still works really well, but it was getting bottlenecked in a lot of like modern games and stuff. And then I want to get back into editing videos and putting cinematics together, so figured it was a good time to upgrade. My old CPU was actually water cooled by an AIO, which you can see here, which is an old Corsair H100, which is filthy because I had it top mounted in the case like this, and I wanted to switch up to an air cooler just to see the performance difference. So I got a Noctua NH-D15, which you can see here, which is absolutely massive. But it does a really good job, and it's whisper quiet. The Corsair H100 did a really good job as well, but it was significantly louder, especially at full speed compared to this DH15. My graphics card is a 1070 hybrid, which I absolutely love, because it's also an AIO. So it has a radiator, which I was doing a little bit of an experiment here, where I had a push-pull configuration. I was actually hanging it outside of my case, just to see how low I could keep the temperatures. On full speed, these fans will go to 2000 RPM, and this thing won't get above the low to mid 40s under gaming load. And my new motherboard and CPU, which you can't see behind that massive cooler, is a i7-9700K on a Gigabyte Aorus Pro motherboard. And I also upgraded my power supply. Well, it's the same 750 watt Corsair, but this is the gold rated. I figured since my old unit's been in there since 2012, probably a decent time to upgrade since I'm taking everything apart. So this old tower here is a Corsair Obsidian 650D, if I remember. So this is considered a mid tower. It's a really big mid tower if you ask me, because this is a Fractal Meshify C. Right here, you can see my dog running around the background, but this is also considered a mid-tower, and it's significantly smaller than this Corsair. So I'm going to have my work cut out for me, trying to fit all this stuff into this case, but I think I can do it. And I'll sort of check back in with you guys once I've had some time to figure this whole thing out. Alright, so I was able to disassemble the old case pretty easily. You can see this is basically all the new hardware that I've got to get to fit inside of here. And just to get a closer look at this massive air tower. Now, in hindsight, I probably could have went with the NH U12, I think it's called. It's basically just a single tower, so about the same size as this, with two of their 120mm fans, which has almost the same performance, sacrificing a little bit of extra noise, but again, still super quiet. But I'm happy with this. It's going to be a bit of an adventure to fit it inside there, although I know it can fit because I've seen other people do it. The only thing I might run into is this 120mm fan, or sorry, 140mm fan. Can't sit all the way down, so a little bit of an extension there, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get both of these back on that cooler. So I might have to just order the new 120 fan that they have. That's not a big deal. Even just one of these fans is enough to keep this cool. And again, my 1070. This is a great card. Like I said, I've never seen this thing with the radiator. I've never seen it get above 52 degrees under full load. Maybe it's gotten a little bit higher there, but I've never actually witnessed it. And most of the time it stays in the 40s. So just absolutely love that. Helps you get a little bit extra life out of your card by not cooking it all the time. Power supply, RM 750X. It's rated as gold, which is more efficient than my old unit was. All my hard drives, I got a decent number of hard drives. One actual mechanical hard drive, and then 4 solid states. They're all old, so they're all only like 120 to 170 gigs, somewhere around there. Except I do have a 1 terabyte one that I just got because storage is super cheap right now. But that's it. I'm gonna try and get all this stuff in the new case, and I'll check in with you after that. Okay, so the build is finished. I was able to fit everything into this Fractal Design Meshify C. And it was surprisingly easy, and the build came out super clean. So I'll just show you sort of what she looks like on the inside. So this tempered glass panel is actually held in by 4 little thumb screws. So you can just pop out. I'm gonna set the camera down so I don't drop this glass. Got that panel off, and you can see the everything fit in here just fine. Now I wasn't able to fit the second 140 in here. But I already knew I probably wasn't going to be able to do that. So if I want, I can put another 120 Noctua fan there. But I did some benchmarking last night, some stress testing. It's honestly would probably be overkill. But I ended up using that extra 140 as a case fan. And then I kept my push-pull setup on my graphics card's radiator there. And then everything else went in here super clean. See, one of the big selling points on this design was just how absolutely clean it looks once you're done with it. And then on the front here, there's a full-length underside little dust screen, and you can actually reach up underneath. Do this one-handed here, and pop off the full mesh front cover, which I wasn't sure I was going to feel about the geometric pattern on this, but I actually do like it. It's subtle enough that it doesn't really stand out too much. So you see this is an airflow design case here, so it has enough room for 3 120s or 2 140s. So right now obviously I've got a 120 and a 140 in here, and this front panel actually will pop out if you wanted to put a 360 radiator in there to run an AIU for your CPU. So a very, very well-designed case with lots of flexibility for your build. And the other thing is, I'm going to flip it around here. Do this one-handed. Another big selling point was cable management. So my other case was just an absolute nightmare to try and get the cables all hidden and stashed away in a good way. So this one has a nice cutout all the way down with these included Velcro straps where you can easily tuck everything here. And then I was able to route all my SATA cables, my power cables to my SSDs, which mount on the back side of the case here. And everything just tucks in there super nice. And there's also another extra rack in here with my hard disk and another SSD, which can actually slide back more towards the power unit if you needed to put that 360 radiator in the front. So all in all, it's a great case. I love it. So if you're looking to upgrade, I really recommend this Meshify C, and it's a super affordable computer case. Oh yeah, and one more thing just for the internet here. See if I can get a good one.